Hey there, everybody, this is Evan Rogers coming at you with the next paragraph to the elementary school is beginning. We would like you to go to school safely. Article that we've been reading. This is June 1st, and it's today I'm still recording this on June 1st. It is now 11:30. I am one tired boy. Help me make this worth my time because everyone in my house is asleep but me, and we got a third kid on the way. Oops, I probably should have told you that. Sorry, don't tell anyone. All right, the next paragraph is 子供たちはいつもと違う時間に少ない人数で学校に行きます. This is interesting because we generally, honestly, we haven't been saying a lot of sentences that are just 行きます. Like, there's nothing that's been just like in the plain non-past form. We just haven't seen that many like that, right? Here we have mashita, here we have te imasu, and we get a lot of that. This is just straight up a something will happen or something does happen sentence, okay? Remember, our non-past verb forms can either generally translate to either will or do. I will go to school, I do go to school, something like that. He goes to school, he will go to school, something like that. Okay, so this is probably, because I've already read the sentence obviously in front of you, this is going to translate probably to will. 学校に行きます. They will go to school. 学校 is school. に is where they're going to go. 人数で, so via population, maybe via for now, via VIA, with the population. 少ない人数で, so with a small population. With a small population, they will go to school. Who will go to school? Actually, we don't know yet. 違う時間に, 違う時間に. So this ni here is going to be at. So it's interesting. Yes, you can have more than one ni in a sentence. You could probably have like 10 ni's in a sentence and it's still not. It'd be very confusing, but you can probably do it. So anyway, ni, to school. But this ni over here is time. So at a time, at a different time. Or let's talk about it this way. We've talked in the previous. So anyway, sorry. Chigao means different. Jikan means time. So when we have a verb going into a noun, we usually use a relative pronoun. However, chigao kind of just means different. Like it's kind of operates like an adjective in English. So we can just say a different time. Or we could say a time that is different. Or how about this? A time that differs. And then what does it differentiate with? Notice the to particle often means with or and. So if you think about the sentence like, I went to school with my friend, tomodachi to gakko ni ikimashita, you could say, my friend and I went to school, or you could say, I went with my friend. So here we can just say it differs with itsumo. Itsumo means always, right? So itsumo to chigao, it's different to always. It's different with always. Jikan, a time that differs from always. Or how about a time that is different than usual? How about that for a translation? It sounds better in English to say at a time that is different than usual. But really, if you look at the grammar, it's saying something closer to at a time that differs from always. いつもと違う時間に少ない人数で学校に行きます. So, oh, sorry, let's actually get the subject of the sentence. So, 子供たちは? So, the subjects, the subjects, the chitlins, the children are going to go to school in fewer numbers, with fewer numbers, at a time that differs from usual. So, the children will go to school with fewer numbers, a reduced numbers, a smaller number of people, at a time that differs with or differs from usual, that differs with always. Almost a perfect translation. I mean, this is one of those few sentences that it's like satisfying because it's a long sentence. There's a lot going on, but besides this this noun this verb going into a noun, it's pretty basic grammar. Konotame. So the best translation for konotame is something along the lines of for this reason or for this purpose. Tame can mean for a purpose or for it can sometimes mean because. So I'm going to translate it here as for this purpose. このため、子供が安全に学校に通うことができるかどうか、大人たちは心配してます。Okay, 大人たちはadults, and it's plural. Tachi pluralizes. So, 大人たちは心配してます. Adults. This one we can translate it as are worried. Adults are worried. Notice how that sounds like an adjective. Somebody is worried. Whereas it's a verb, right? It's a verb. To worry is a verb, right? So the parents are worrying. The parents are worried. Here, both the English verb and the English adjective translation work out perfectly. Okay, so we see kadoka. So that's when we have a sort of a question idea that is when there's only two outcomes. And the answer is either A or B, yes or no, left or right, or something like that. And we want to treat that like it's an object, right? So whether or not, we'll just say that, whether or not, or if. Now notice it isn't if like, if I were Superman. It's more like if I wonder if penguins can fly. Something like that. You see how that word if doesn't actually mean like, I wonder if, doesn't mean like if he's a good person. I mean, it could mean that though. Anyway, that word if has two meanings. When we're positing something that is not real, if I were Superman, or when we're asking a question that has a yes or no or a binary answer, an A or B answer, right? If he's Superman, I will be excited. So that's we're positing a different reality. I wonder if he's Superman. He either is Superman or he is not Superman, and A or B is what I'm wondering, right? So that feeling right there is this kadoka. If dekiru, able to, we have a verb koto ga dekiru pattern, so just mean is able to do the verb. So if koromo ga, so if students can attend school, if they can go to school, if they can attend school, if they can get to school. If students can get to school anzenni, we saw this in the previous video, if they can get to school safely. For this, so it was students will be going at a different time and in fewer numbers to school. And for this reason, parents are worried. They're worried if students can get to school safely. That's basically the sentence right there. That's the entire sentence. I didn't mean to actually give you the entire sentence, but that's what I just accidentally did. Let's talk about the ga particle versus the wa particle. Perfect example of ga versus wa for subjects. Okay, the chief sentence is parents are worried. Because the sentence translated to parents are worried whether or not kids can get to school. So because the chief, the dominant clause, the ordinate clause, I think is what they call it, is the parents, they get the wa particle. We can generally identify the chief subject, the wa subject, the super subject of a sentence if by the sentence final verb. The sentence final verb here is shinpai shitemasu, and we just ask ourselves who's worrying, right? And it's otonotachi. So because the shinpai shiteimasu people are the otonotachis, they're very likely, not always, but very likely to get a wa. All right, what are they worried? They're worried whether or not kids can go to school safely, right? So notice how that's not the meat and potatoes of the sentence. I mean, the real sentence is parents are worried. What are they worried about? They're worried. Parents are worried if monkeys are green, if a pineapple is delicious, if kids get to school safely. So you see how that's actually like not the important part of the sentence. It is obviously relevant to the sentence, otherwise we wouldn't be saying it. But did you notice how it's not the meat and potatoes? That sort of not the meat and potatoes subject usually get a ga. They use, not always, but usually get a ga, right? So we have our super subject gets the wa, and the subordinate clause subject will often get a ga. Okay, great. Oh, that's that paragraph. Hey, have yourselves a happy day. Peace out.